Hey everyone, Barryz here. So, for the 15th episode of Lore for Cybertron, I wanted to do something pretty special. No lead up is needed, you know why you clicked on this video, I know why we clicked on this video. Today we're going to be talking about the Decepticon Justice Division within Transformers War for Cybertron. Yes, I finally get to talk about these guys, oh my god, I'm so excited. Tarn was not like any other Decepticon in the ranks of the great Megatron. He wanted to be the perfect Decepticon, Megatron's most pure disciple. Naming himself after the city governed by Shockwave during the start of the war, Tarn started out as someone that wouldn't necessarily fit in with the Decepticons. Hailing from the high political caste, it almost seemed like Tarn was one of the many bots that Megatron's Decepticons rose up against. In truth, many of Megatron's original followers, who stood by his side at the start of the war, looked down on Tarn, seeing him as a coward who only joined the Decepticons to prevent them from killing him due to his high-class lifestyle that had so often oppressed the other Decepticons. Seen mainly by many as an uptight pretender of Decepticon ideology, Starscream and Shockwave were quite unaffectionate towards Tarn. Many of Megatron's top advisors managed to keep Tarn far away from Megatron during most of the war, thus why he was never seen in-game, not trusting the Con with the grace of their great ruler. Tarn spent most of his time during War for Cybertron behind Decepticon lines, in places such as Slaughter City, Callus, Alifex, Blaster City, Polyhex, and even his own namesake city of Tarn. While the rest of the Decepticons were off killing Autobots and invading Autobot cities, Tarn was comfortably fighting a war against Decepticon deserters and traitors. While seen by many as simply a desk commander, Tarn was a hulking brute who wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, often personally carrying out any executions with his twin fusion cannons, modeled after his idol Megatron. This lack of fighting Autobots is likely what led to many of Megatron's generals to view Tarn as a coward. While they were off fighting behind enemy lines, Tarn got to stay at home and deal with cowardly enemies. However, Decepticon traitors were a serious threat, and as such, Tarn was able to sway Decepticon High Command into letting him form an elite group to set out, punish, and ultimately destroy any cowards or traitors to the great Megatron. He would name this elite group the Decepticon Justice Division. But the DJD isn't quite the same as you IDW fans would expect. By the way, shout out to all of you IDW fans who watch my videos, you guys are all super based. The DJD isn't formed of sadistic Decepticons who bear the names of great Decepticon cities. Rather a collection of the best Decepticons from teams which were wiped out early on in the war. The DJD members consisted of Tarn, Schism, Breakneck, Smashgyre, War Rotor, Drive-By, and Mismatch. This legion of Decepticons would be responsible for hunting down any rogue Decepticons during War for Cybertron, and bringing them to justice for their crimes against Megatron and the Decepticon ideology. This is where Tarn really starts to differentiate from the IDW continuity, as due to Tarn's distance from Megatron, he is able to recognize the serious threat that Dark Energon poses to Decepticon society. Tarn saw Megatron's over-reliance on Dark Energon as a debilitating crutch that Megatron used over the Autobots, and saw the effects of Dark Energon as threateningly self-destructive. So, Tarn decided to take his Decepticon Justice Division and flee Cybertron right before Megatron corrupted the planet's core with Dark Energon. Tarn never meant for their excursion to be permanent, believing the Great Tyrant to soon notice his missing Justice Division, and go searching for them. Hopefully after giving up the corrupting destruction of Dark Energon. In the meantime, however, the DJD would set up on a dead moon of an old Cybertronian colony planet that had long since been destroyed by the Rust Plague. Tarn set up a new form of Decepticon outpost on the moon, beginning a mining operation, naming their little outpost New Chaos, in respect to the home of their great leader back on Cybertron. Tarn and his Decepticon Justice Division would live out the rest of their days using New Chaos as the base of their operations, occasionally investigating any nearby Decepticon signal for a traitor, or a potential new member of the Decepticon Justice Division. So, that's been the lore for the Decepticon Justice Division in Transformers War for Cybertron. I obviously wanted to do something special for the 15th episode, and I hope that this has sufficed. I was beyond excited to find out that the Decepticon Justice Division were actually canon in Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron. Specifically, they were canonized in an Ask Vector Prime post forever ago, which just so happened to go underneath everyone's noses. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed hearing about the Decepticon Justice Division within Transformers War for Cybertron. Thank you all for watching today's video, and remember, all hail Megatron. What are you doing here?